Hello YouTube, it's Lee here from fstoplounge.com, and I'm here today in beautiful Fiji. You can see there's just picturesque scenery behind me. I'm close to the island where they shot Castaway and I'm loving it. Yesterday, or a couple of days ago, I shot a wedding here on the island, a destination wedding, and it was beautiful. Now, I'm also here to test out SanDisk's new memory card, and I'm very lucky to test it out on this XT1. Now the XT1 will actually take this type of card. It's one of the first cameras that will. And the reason being, this card has actually got 2 rows of pins, as you can see here. And the 2 rows of pins means you can read and write at the same time at quite a significant speed. Just reading on the card here, it's 280 megabytes per second. So that's its peak speed. And it's a SanDisk Extreme Pro. And what they're saying about this card is incredible. They're saying it's everything proof. You know, like shockproof, waterproof, dustproof, all that sort of jazz. So I'm here on the island to test it out to see if it can handle the extremes in the temperature, water, climate, you name it. Let's test it and we'll see whether it holds up to its name. Let's just put this underwater and then dry it out and see if it works afterwards. Oops, dropped it. And as you can see, underwater. And I've got my fresh water here, which I'm going to rinse it down afterwards because we want to get rid of that salt residue. So I'll just put that there under my knee, and I don't want to put this thing underwater. It's weather sealed, but not the 10 to 24mm lens. So as you can see, we've got the memory card underwater there. So now, holding my camera very still, I'm just going to pour some fresh water over it. We're just going to get the fresh water in there. So this was a working card. We're probably in 5 minutes time we're going to see whether it is going to be working again. So I'm just going to throw that for now. Make sure I'm not littering in the ocean. It's probably going to float my way because I didn't throw it far enough. But it's still a bit wet, so I'm going to use my little F-Stop Lounge shirt here, which you can get at fstopwear.com, by the way. There's plenty of other cool shirts there to choose from. So I'll dry that off, like so. Now on the outside it's dry, but on the inside there's still some water. So power of the wrist, we're just going to flick that water out. As you can see, there's quite a bit in there. Alright, so I think most of the water's out. So now comes the great bit. We sit and watch it dry. Yep, that's the important part of this step. So in order for it to work in the camera, it needs to be completely dry. I'll just turn it over like we're cooking. You just want to simmer one side till it's golden brown so you can see those beautiful pins. Then on the other side you want it crispy and red, bring out that texture of the card, and then it'll be perfect for shooting conditions. Alright, let's test it. Alright, it's in the camera. Now to turn it on. The camera turns on perfectly. That's a great sign. So, I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's just beautiful. Let me just make sure that's on. Let's take a photo. Perfect. No problems. Alright, so now let's review it and let's see if it's make sure it's there. Okay, it's not the best photo, I must admit, but let's see if those wedding photos are still there. Yes, they are. So we've got 3 bouquet shots. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. I couldn't ask for a better memory card. This one, made in Japan, will make all the difference to your shots. So I encourage you to check out the SanDisk cards, and let's get on to the next test. I'm going to do the dirt and impact test. I'm hoping to get a golf buggy or a truck or something to run over this. So let's get started by making this nice and dirty. So just rub it in the dirt, throw some dirt over it and sand. Alright, as you can see here, it's pretty munted, I would say. So I'm just going to lay that down there. Alright, and we'll just sit that like that, and we're just going to wait for a buggy or truck to come along. I'll rinse it off with fresh water like I did in the ocean, and then put it in the camera and see if it works. Thank you. Thank you. Voila. Thank you. So as you can see, guys, I just had a truck full of luggage run over that memory card. So now what we're going to do, we're going to, oh, you can see the back of it, it's had a bit of impact damage. It's full of luggage as well. So we're just going to wash this off with fresh water, and then we're going to see exactly if it works in the camera. So let me just go and get that fresh water now. Stick the camera down, get that fresh water. Alright. Make sure there's no dirt. Alright. So I'll just dry that off on my F-Stop Lounge shirt. No trick to that shirt. As long as it's a clean, semi-clean cloth, should be okay. So, will it withstand a truck? That's the next question. I'm not going to even wait for this one to dry. So we'll just put it in. Maybe I better, mate. If this doesn't work, I'll wait for it to dry. How's that? Turn it on. Take the lens cap off. That's working fine. Now take a photo. Alright, so it's not quite dry, so I'm going to pull it out. Alright. Camera still thinks it's on, so let's just turn that off. Alright. And now, just going to let that dry even more. Alright, so I'll just whack that down there like that. Just place that card in the camera. Like so. Take off the memory card, well the cap, it is. Turn it on. So the camera turns on perfectly. No problem there. But the first 3 times I was probably a little bit impatient. Let's see if this one works. Perfect. So, as you can see, it just takes a photo. I'll put this camera like this so you can see. Hold it something like that. Alright, so just looking there. Perfect. Perfectly take a photo. So, as you can tell, this memory card, the SanDisk memory card, the Extreme Pro, will take being run over by a truck, as well as being put in salt water. Found one under there.
May I have attention please, ladies and gentlemen. Question Australia is paging for Mr. David Evans, Mr. David Evans and Miss Lisa Hughes.
Check it out.
The city in Western Australia flight VA180. Would you kindly identify yourself to the ground staff reporting gate number 5 for your message.
This one?